There you are, and here I am, just a little bit late. Coming up, Jack and the Clint from the Map of Tassie go live with some more unhinged chaos, even more unhinged than this program every week. And Channel 9 don't like it when their own tactics are used against them. So it's going to be interesting to see what they respond with. Probably nothing. We are live. Let's do it, baby.
You want the trash? I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
There he is in the dress, and here I am. Hello, I'm Wilko, and this is Rehashed Live, all the trash, mess and drama that is happening with Married at First Sight Season 12. It's the Australian version, and it's everything that's happening off screen. By the way, just a reminder, this could contain a lot of spoilers for this particular season and seasons that have been done in the past. So if any of that upsets you, then you've on notice. There's nothing I can do about it because it's happening right now. You can stop, you can turn off. Look at my hair today. Wow. I didn't look, guys, it's been crazy because obviously I'm rebuilding things as I go, and that's why I'm a little bit late. I did see Chris have a crack at me. Where's Chris crack? I want to see Chris's crack at me because apparently I was late. And then people were saying you should you should give the video a like, which you should. And then Chris was like, hey guys, well, considering he's late, you know, probably not the best time. Which I love. What great energy to bring to the program. Remember, you can donate. You can click the super chat, which is this button right here.
Super chat.
Look at that. Some things still work. And you can also send, well, hopefully you have already, Memo Me's. Memo Me's. We've got 3 and we'll get to them at the end. You can also do a call in as well if you want to have a chat live. We've got that option on WhatsApp. Just click the link in the description and you can send me a message saying, hey, I want to chat live, and I'll check it at the end of the live. And if you want to chat, I will give you a buzz. Reminder, you can also get your merch. Everything is back in stock and ready to ship within 1 business day's notice. And guess who's on CAMEO? You might have seen that just before. More on that a little bit later on. Should I say hi to someone first? Yeah. Look, all the buttons have changed. Kim has said something really nice, which is excellent. Let's bring up the socials, see if they... Oh, look at that. Thanks, Kim. And that angel... Angel Wilko will never not be terrifying. Are we talking about me? Am I the angel? That's quick. Better late than never. Yeah, that's true. I'm just a little bit late, guys. Remember, this is not professional. I'm in my room. And what is this? SDI, I need to stop spending my money now. And I know. Sorry, Brooke. You obviously don't have to pay for it. Actually, but it reminded me, I've had it for ages. I've had it for about a month, and then I didn't do anything with it because I just completely forgot. And then I got a booking from Tony. Tony was like, hey, can you book it for my friend? So hopefully I'm not giving too much away. I said, yeah, why not, Tony? I'll do it for you. Anyway, so we've got heaps to get through. Let's just get straight into it. Let's talk about Dave, who was previously a sweet baby angel until his body got snatched. He was on the Today Show and he was talking about everything that went down with V, and also why his body was why his spirit at least left his body for a short time. This is what he had to say.
Because it was sort of I felt it was like an attack. It was a difficult spot.
Don't hate the girl.
Oh. The girl.
You have to remember that you're not seeing everything. So I was getting grilled from every corner of that room. I don't hate the girl. Stop drilling me about this. I'm still just trying to process what's going on here. It looks bad, but that's the context. I wasn't like, I don't hate her. It was like I just felt like I was attacked, and I had zero feelings for her at all.
Is there anything with Veronica? Is that a thing?
Oh, we put that to rest, please. I got my mum messaging me. I'm like, mate, she says, what's going on? Did this happen? I'm like, Mum, you know me. This is breaking my heart. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. No one needs to be the bad guy in this relationship. No. This is relationships, and it's real. This is a real thing that people go through. We're not arguing about shoes on the bed. We're arguing about our real feelings and trying to work through it. And this is an experiment, and we're giving it a goddamn crack.
They're giving it a goddamn crack, guys. He and Jamie have also been papped out recently together. So if they're not like together after everything that's gone down in the experiment, at least they're clearly still cool with each other, which is good news. TJ has come out and said that he regrets sleeping with Beth. I hope that this is the right one. No, I'm going to go check that before I press that button, guys. And I'm glad that I did. He has come out and said that it was a huge regret for him to sleep with Beth. And that makes sense because very, very confusing. He spoke to Yahoo Lifestyle and he said he couldn't make up any excuses. He could make up a bunch of excuses in the book. Beth gave him the green light in her confessions letter. Rampola asked Beth if she needed emotional connection in order to have sex, and she said no. But regardless, it was his decision to initiate that, he says. And even though Beth did say yes, it probably wasn't the right decision on his behalf, and he definitely appreciate where Beth was coming from during that. She would have been really confused watching it back. And he said, I'm like, fuck, why did you do that, TJ? That was so silly. It definitely wasn't the right move at the right time. I think, like, it's tough because, like, he would have been, like I said in the rehash, he would have been slammed for not trying hard enough, pun intended. But then, yeah, I guess if you weren't into her, like, sleeping with her is probably probably not the right thing to do. Shall we move on to Rai and his replies? Yeah, it actually just gets worse and worse and worse. Timu Tate is showing some of his true personality, which we love to see when the truth of the trash, mess and drama is revealed. In true class, he's got some replies here to the haters. So dramatic, grab them, and I'll read some of them because they're bad. So people are writing some bad stuff about his friends in regards to the homestays and that infamous lunch. Where Jack was traumatized. He said, look at this. This was in reply to someone. So he is RYP Society if you've missed previous lives. Look at this disgusting troll leaving hateful comments everywhere. You did the world a horrible injustice not being aborted before you slid out of that weeping slot. Pathetic people like you are the reason social media leaves a bad taste filth. Well, bring it in, right. I get it. Like, I get hate on the internet and you can reply, but you can't write that. That's disgusting, what you just wrote. That is filth. And I guess it shows us a little bit of the Ryan that we have seen, I guess, glimpses of, but in text, it's better. He said, you're lower than filth and insult to the oxygen you breathe and the ground you walk on. Someone will step on your troll head soon and do the world a favor. Ooh, dark. She's a persistent troll making racist, hateful statements about my loved ones and their appearance. Class never entered the building. Yeah, well, just because they've been trash, it doesn't mean that you need to keep going. Anyway, it's called defending my best friends against racist, disgusting humans like you. You started the abuse troll. Now you're on everyone's radar. I just don't think that that's a defense. I just don't think that's a defense at all. Anyway, his friends have also refuted pretty much everything that Jack is saying about the homestays. Oh, Jack's, we've got so much of her coming up. So if you're not a fan, I guess stick around or not stick, I don't know. Everything that was said at the pub apparently is incorrect. So Jackie's saying that she was attacked and abused by Rai's friends, and they're saying, and they're using the word, so the term, we can go legal now. Okay. Carla, who's one of the friends, along with Jeff, also claimed that Jack looked as if she might have been on drugs. Okay. Now, Rai in this wonderful social, because the thing is, Channel 9 takes, commandeers their social media, their personal social media, and then they just go and start other ones. So it just doesn't really work in Channel 9's favour anymore. So he has revealed some text messages, and I thought we would read them together. But I didn't get all of them because there's heaps, and if you want to, you can go and check them out. But there's just really a lot of them here. Let's have a little look-see. So this is him and Jackie during this whole experiment. And also, this is the time that Jackie is claiming a lot of things, like there was a whole rape saga. No one was raped. And that's a huge red flag of a word to drop on YouTube. So I'm going to have fun chatting to YouTube about that later on. But he's dropped this to sort of counteract her saying that he was abusive during the whole thing. Now, he does speak to her terribly, which we all know and is hopefully most of us are outraged by. But anyway, it talks about how she loves him, and she truly does, and she would never disrespect him, and she has lots of male friends of her life, blah, 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 blah. And then it goes on to say, the last 24 hours, this is the 30th of September, so this is during filming. The last 24 hours with you have been dreamy. Thank you. I'm very happy. You make me feel loved and valued. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. You shape up well, and you're going to be smoking handsome at the next DP, which is dinner party. Dinner is served, in case you're a long-term fan of this song. Then it just... There's only a couple more, guys. Stick with me. Means the world to me that your door is open. Maybe we don't risk it. I will see you tomorrow. This is when they were separated. I miss your strong hugs and pats. I miss your compassion and the way you comfort me when I'm down and let me know it'll all be okay. I miss the way you lift me up. I miss our dancing. I miss taking fun and cute pics with you. I miss helping you with dressing. I miss your company, and I miss when you sit there and watch TV at night. Ooh, hot. I miss you in my bed. I miss sex with you. I do. Oh. And it gets even better. And it's not just our final vows, Ryan. I want us to keep dating after the show. And go into business together, ECT. You offer, and the points are the best bits. You offer best dick, best sex, hottest body. I'm super attracted to you. You're fit, healthy, lean. You keep me fit, healthy, lean, disciplined and goal orientated, smart and hardworking. I do love your beard. I don't think so. I love how your big, strong arms can pick me up or drop you. I love us together. I love helping you do life, and I love it when you cuddle and pat me. Why are you talking as if you're a dog? P.S. My new thing is happy lists for you. You're more than enough for me, and I'm going to fight for that because you're worth it. Oh. Okay, let's should I get to some of your comments? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's see what Sarah has to say. Oh, my God. I'm dying inside the cringe. Yes. Oh, I love it. Also, and it says, oh, look, a list. Also... Oh, here we go. Amy speaking for someone who's autistic. Look, as an autistic person, I love a good list, but my God, not as much as Jackie. Oh, Amy, you need to up your game, okay? She loves lists, and if you love lists, you need to do better because Jackie is absolutely killing it. And here we go. Kat says, she likes the beard now. Character development. I just can't not. This whole thing, honestly, and I've spent the last 6 hours today just going through stuff. So obviously I'm deep in insanity of the back and forth. And there's so much more to come. So do not go anywhere if you love the delusion and the lies between Delulu Jack Jack and Delulu Rai Rai. Oh, here we go. It's not offensive to Ari. And I'm assuming that's your dog because that's not my dog's name. And Joy says has secondhand embarrassment, which I totally get, Joy. I totally get. All right, let's quickly talk about the homestays. And as iconic as they were, Jack Jack has confessed that the house that she showed on camera was actually not at all her house. Yeah. Let's get, actually, this is the one that I want. This one. So she's had to come out and say that it was actually a $200 a night Airbnb. According to a production insider, oh, I love insiders, Jackie's actual living situation was deemed too small and impractical for filming. She had roommates living at her house and it was in a messy state, so she didn't feel comfortable with it. And this is all told to the Daily Mail Australia. Ryan and Jackie were instructed not to make any mention that it was a fake house and just to pretend that it was actually Jackie's. The source added the decision was ironic given Jackie's later criticisms of Ryan's home. And what did she call it? It feels like a place for the elderly. Oh, it just gets better and better every single day. All right, more from Jackie very, very soon. But before we get there, actually, you know what? Let's talk about her interview on Yahoo. On Yahoo Lifestyle, because she's taken her story and her spin all over the place. And is this her first, I guess, professional interview? It's a huge compliment for Lachlan. And she starts out really, really strong. Shall we have a watch?
I forgot how great I was. Honestly, I watched back my wedding and how did I manage to troll this man about keeping me warm and not have him pick up on it?
So she goes on about trolling him and... okay, so I want you to remember, because this interview was long and I've cut it way down, but I want you to remember that she talks about trolling the show and trolling the experts and also trolling Rai Rai. And I feel like it's going to be in direct conflict with her victim narrative. Just wait. Also, she's shared exactly what she feels about her time on the show.
I feel quite sick that they have, I was really suffering in there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was suffering, and to turn, given what they know was going on, to turn that into making me look like a laughing stock and almost make it look like I'm fake crying is a kind of a sick joke, really. And it's quite dark, and it makes me feel compassionate for the woman on screen, but also, that's not quite how it went. So it's hard to even relate to what's on screen, and it just kind of feels gross and sickening. I'm very realistic, and I have to try and speak out and shine light on it and just step into my power and say, this is embarrassing for me to say, but I was not mentally well and it's not funny. It's not a joke. That's a really tough thing to do because it's very humiliating and it's very shame. Well, it feels like I'm a laughing stock. So it's very challenging on, I guess, myself,
I'm confused. So you were trolling the show from the start, but then you were having issues, some mental strains. And look, if anyone who's known this channel has known for a long time that a lot of us here have struggled with anxiety, mental stresses, and even when this channel became too much, I took a step away because I was like, you know what, I'm under too much pressure. I need to stop this for a little bit. I find that Jackie's... I don't deny that she was having mental pressures, but I don't know if you can do both. I don't know if you can be pulling the hood over the entire show and also struggling that deeply. She claims that the entire narrative from her as Jack on the show is completely incorrect, and she's a goofball and a sweetheart at heart. Lachlan, the guy who's interviewing her from Yahoo Lifestyle, is trying really hard to come across supportive, and he is... I guess that's the angle that he's going with. But I wish that people would ask her some harder questions like, hey, we see that you lied and you said that you didn't write things or say things, but we saw you write and say these things. So how do you get around that? She also talks about how no matter the contract, no matter what it was that she signed, it doesn't cover them breaking laws on human rights, which is a huge call. She also has reported her mental health during filming and that process to the powers that be, including the staff support within the show. But if you were not mentally in a good place, then why did you go in the show? I understand things can change with pressures and everything, but I'm very, very confused. 1 second, you had this all planned and you're trolling hard because you realize the second that you met Ryan, you weren't into him, but then you're not in control and you're a pawn and of the producers of the game. I just don't really understand. She mentions civil and criminal liability contract aside, and she's saying that as a country we have laws, and we do have laws, and they don't override a contract, but I don't know. She says you can't speak honestly about your relationship within the show, and that doesn't play well for anybody in the show.
I got to the point where I was so low that I'd been moved into my own room. I was heavily medicated, and I was basically refusing to film because I kept crying and I couldn't do anything. This was right prior to Beth and TJ's wedding. I was emotionally unstable and just being spoon-fed, basically. They wanted to make sure I was eating, so they'd buy me food to send to my room to eat it. I was not planning on leaving them because I was not even thinking for myself. Like I was not capable of making the decision. Like I just wasn't in that mind frame. I was in the mind frame of I'm broken. I can't move. I just want to sleep. I want you to leave me alone. I don't know what's going on. I feel confused. I'm confused. Like I need to process things and I don't know what I'm doing. So I wasn't actually planning on leaving then. I kind of didn't even really ever consider leaving. Like I considered it, but it just didn't feel like an option at all.
And more confusion from me. Like, look, here's if you are mentally stressed and you think that like you can't leave, you know, because whatever, the producers are trying to coercive control you and obviously you're not at your full mental capacity, so you can't make those strong decisions within your brain. I can believe that is something that exists with people and that can be true, but I just don't believe both the stories. You're not there trolling and like hoodwinking and having a laugh and taking the piss out of everybody and also like having the worst time of your life and then sending those messages, if they are true, the ones that Ryan shared earlier. You can't be doing all these things at once, like in love with him and saying that you love him and you love having sex with him, and it's just, it's very confusing to my brain, and obviously my brain's tiny even though my head is huge. Jack also claims that she packed her bags at one stage but she couldn't leave, and I still just don't understand why. They also go on to speak about Ryan being a paid actor, and now he's acting more and more, and this something that Jackie maybe does.
He was always putting on a performance because that's his personality, but he wasn't acting during the show. Like I knew he was making mistakes. He was freaking out about the drop. That was not him acting. He was genuinely there making mistakes and obviously had no control over what was going on or the narrative. So I was never worried he was actually paid to be an actor, to be married to me.
And just also the acting thing, like, again, if like she doesn't believe that he was an actor, and she is claiming that she's not an actor either, and we'll get to her wonderful crying in just a second. But you may note there that she also talked about how she spoke about being medicated, and then she's had a crack at Ryan's friends because they said she seemed like she was on some sort of, they said drugs, but so I just don't know. Like, Jackie, if you get sent this, or if you like, come on, because I'm going to ask you direct questions and I want direct answers, which I don't think that anyone's doing. Like, everyone's like, the media that you're going on, they're all dancing around it trying to be your friend, but no one's asking you the direct questions, even in your lives, and we'll get to those towards the end of this live video. Anyway, how's the tears? The tears, are they real?
I'd love to be an actor, actually. If I'm maybe undiscovered talent, sure. I wasn't fake crying at all. What they would often do is they'd cut to the start of me crying and then cut the scene, cut the inside of my crying, so the tears are gone, and then just cut to the end. And so you get the start and the end, but not the in between. And that's why often, like even at Beth and TJ's wedding, I had black eyes, like panda eyes. I had clearly been crying. You didn't see that because they don't want this to be a sob story. When Athena came over to me and she was like, "This is not your wedding, Jackie. Pull it together." I was like, you know what? I need to pull it together. I'm not here to cause a scene. I don't want this drama. I don't like conflict. In that moment, I was just like, you know what? You're fucking right. Like, put on a brave face again. What I've been doing every single day since I met this man. I'm trained in this duty, this job. I can do it again today. And I just wiped my tears away and I carried on with the day. I was like, I'll just deal with this later. And then as soon as filming wrapped, I bawled my eyes out and went back to my room, heavily medicated, and went back to my psychologist and was like, I'm not coping. Like, I wasn't acting. I wish I could fake cry. I can't. Like, I really can't. Yeah.
All right. So I don't know how much of this can be true, but I guess I've never filmed myself crying and then just like grabbed the edits from the start and the end and just... So anyway, so I don't know if you missed that, but she claimed that what the editors have done is that they get the start of her crying, so the build up, and then they cut out the actual moisture, the tears, the wet bit, and then they just cut to the bit where it's all dried away. But I feel you would still see remnants of it. Am I crazy? Is this insane? This is insane. The narrative that she is trying to spin now does not make sense at all, and I'm just fucking over it. Look, I'm not saying Ryan's a good guy. Not once in any of these videos have I said, oh, what a great guy this is. From the second that he said he was a warrior, I was laughing my ass off. And I'm not, the way that he has spoken to her is terrible. The way that he's speaking to people online is terrible. But Jackie, this is not how you're explaining your time away. You can't blame everything on the show. And not once have you taken responsibility for any of the shit on the show. You're blaming everybody else. And there's nothing worse than someone who is just a straight out victim and never does anything wrong. Oh, I'm just a victim. Shut up. Apparently, she's also been trolling the experts as well as the show. As you heard earlier, she's great at trolling, but also she's really impacted. But anyway, keep up.
So I realized quite early that Ryan and I weren't compatible. Like right from the get-go, I was like, why have you matched me with this man? Like he's absolutely nothing I asked for. So I sat on the first commitment ceremony couch. Actually, Ryan did fit as well. You heard him say, we just want to know why you guys matched us together because we're not compatible. Took the piss. They laughed. They're like, you know, it's like, and then so they didn't address our concerns. They had nothing to say. So I was like, okay, so clearly they can't address the elephant in the room. So I was like, well, the only thing we're compatible on is literally taking photos. So I'd be like, okay, we're great. We're the best couple ever because the only thing we have in common is we can take a photo together and we show up on MAFS. I was like, literally, you partnered me with someone that the only thing we can do is the reason why we got casted on this TV show, which is create content. Like, I don't know if this is a joke, but I was like, F it, I'll play into your joke and who will be the fool? Because you're not going to make a fool out of me. I'm going to make a fool out of you.
Are you? Who are you making a fool out of? I just don't understand. Like, if you're going to make a fool out of Channel 9, there's plenty of ways to do it. There's plenty of times that they have failed in their duty as a television show and Endemol Shine in their production, and this has been happening in every reality show since they were created. This is not a new thing. Like, Jackie, you're talking about as if you're blowing this shit wide open and everyone reacting as if it's like, oh, wow, it's so bad, isn't it? No, it's just how it's always been. There are terrible things that happen on these shows. And it's not just reality shows. It's any entertainment business, any radio, print, like television. It doesn't matter. It's all bad in so many ways. It doesn't excuse it, but you're not blowing the lid off this. Anyway, she says that she's like making them look silly now. Like, for years, we've known this show is highly edited. For years, we know that they manipulate storylines. And you still went on this show. For what purpose? Like, no one's going to feel sorry for you now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry. Anyway, the question came up, who is she still in contact with?
Still in contact with a bunch of the girls. Speak to Marina quite often. I love Marina. She's really cool. And I speak to a lot of the other girls, but I don't want to share their names because they are going through some tough things as well. And it's kind of confidential, I guess. I'm not one of those people that's got public relationships. I'm not out there clinging to my co-stars for limelight or relevance or attention. I guess my friendships are genuine and more for support as friendship should be. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I got friends and I don't post them online a lot either, but if I wanted to, I could. I don't know why you would shit can anyone else. Like if all the other people, even if they're villains of the series and their POSs and whatever, if they want to share on the socials, whatever, I don't know. And you can't sit there, you're like, oh, I'm not doing this for attention, and yet you stream live more than I do, and this is my job. Anyway, a big question came up. Is she still in contact with Rai? And it's actually a question I really wanted the answer to.
Ryan blocked me after Final Vows. Yeah, and he literally blocked me. I haven't talked to him since Reunion. We spoke. I haven't had a single conversation with him since, I guess, Reunion or Final Vows, yeah.
Okay, so they haven't talked to each other since the Reunion. And great news is that confirms that she's going to the Reunion, which is good, because I really hope that Jackie is called out in some way at the Reunion. I don't think it'll happen. And if it does, it'll be very light to the touch. But I guess maybe if the show is worried that she might have anything on them, they'll go even lighter with what we'll see in the final edit. Asked what the highlight of her experience was in the experiment.
The highlight was meeting my lifelong partner. It made it all worth it. And I think like I just got to take it as an experience, really.
Do you want to do more TV work? Like what on Jackie's vision board?
Got my eyes set on $500 million, as you know, and I'm not going to stop till I get there. I hope to be a bit of a Sophie Monk on social media because I find her very funny and I feel like we've got a similar sense of humor. So she is my role model now and I'd love to be like her one day.
I don't know. Like, I've met Sophie and she seems, like funny and a bit loopy in the best way possible, but very grounded to reality. Very real. Anyway, she's ready to settle down and start a family, and good luck to her and Clint, right? She's going to be online speaking out for the world's wrongs, apparently. Jack also shared an image from when they were all separated. When they do the Voxies. Do I have that here? Jeez. Oh, I do actually. Let's show that one. This is the image that's been going everywhere. It's basically they have tents set up here when they first arrived to have them completely separated. Now, years ago, we talked about this. We talked about this on Rehashed, on a live. It was revealed. I don't know which Love Lab rat did talk about it, but we knew that they've all been separated in tents. And then, obviously, they removed the tents and they are separated before they do their Voxies, their pieces to camera, where they have a chat about who they hate and where Jackie does her crying and says that she's apparently sad that Ryan doesn't want to be with her now. Anyway. And they're not meant to speak for some time. I don't know, again, why everyone is shocked by this picture. I guess maybe it's new people to the series who are like, wow, I never knew. Look how sad. And yeah, it's in an abandoned warehouse, but it's in a production area and they're just held. I love the Bunnings trade on the walls. On the windows so none of the paps can get pictures in there. And yeah, they have to wait for ages. This is like every single reality show everywhere. People need to calm down. If you don't want to be in this situation, don't go on the show. Don't go on any reality show. If you don't want things to be misconstrued and context taken out of things, don't go on a reality show. Like, context is going to be taken out of everything. But also, it's not just reality shows. You can do an interview with a news network, right? And they remove bits and they remove context and it sounds like you're saying something you're not. Sometimes, and I edit a lot of my videos, and sometimes I stupidly remove things that remove the context. And sometimes I sound like I'm saying something I'm not. Like, this goes on everywhere. The insanity. Anyway. More with Jack and her man Clit, because they've gone wild at the Tassie Chateau. They've gone absolutely wild. That is coming up a little bit later on, but we do have to talk about Ree and her baggie. When I saw this headline on news.com, I loved it. It was from a Facebook group called MAFS 2025 Unfiltered. Someone with a keen eye noticed that something looked a little bit suspicious in the last Commit Me. Ree had what looked to be a little baggie just in her bra for maybe a good time. And if you ever need a bit of a bump to get through a night, it would be during a Commit Me. So, can't be mad at her for that. But it turns out, no, unfortunately, it's nothing. She has responded, Ree being she. It's just mic tape. So they have to tape. So when you do stuff like this, like you can wear a lapel on the outside of your shirt, but for any sort of movie or professional production, they try and tape them away so you can't see the microphones and they don't want them to move and they don't want your clothes to rub on them. So they use a lot of tape there, which is just a big boo from me because it could have been a lot of fun. Just like a lot of fun. All right, we would like to move on to a cease and desist. Yeah, why not? Nine has sent a letter to the MAFS Funny podcast host Joshua Fox after the content creator approached Mr. Aitken. You would know him as Long John, the expert. He got to him at a Sydney suburb in Double Bay. Oh, of course he's in Double Bay last Friday because he's very rich. And started questioning him about, Sky News called it a dating show. Are we going to call it a dating show? Anyway, and this is what happened.
I'm off to go home.
So you don't want to speak?
No, but it is.
The Married at First Sight experts are the real villains of this show. Everything that they do is just designed to destroy the couples. They need to be held accountable. And since all of my emails and messages go unanswered, I am going full a current affair style. You know, just taking inspiration from Channel 9's second biggest show after Married at First Sight.
He's a
hey,
messy
John,
bitch,
MAFS
isn't
20
he?
podcast, mate. How you doing?
Josh.
Couple of questions for you.
I'm not going to answer your questions, but I will introduce myself.
Do you ever feel ethically and morally compromised what you do on that show?
Do you know what? I'm not going to answer your questions.
Yeah.
But
Shocking.
what I would suggest you do is you put them to 9.
I have
Or
done.
Endemol Shine.
None of them replied to me.
And
I've messaged you as well.
have you?
Yes.
When did you do that?
Last night.
Is that right?
Yes. You got nothing you wish to say?
Oh, God.
Do you not agree this season's crossed the line?
I'm amazed at your perseverance.
Well, no one's answering these questions.
Maybe that's a you problem.
I think it's a you problem. What's happening on the show? You've also been accused of enabling abusive behaviour.
What else you got for me, Josh?
Do you and your wife follow the tasks you're doing there? Would you go share a bed with someone else for a few days to strengthen the marriage?
What else you got?
Is it the money or the fame why you keep going against the principles of a psychologist? Do you want the money or the fame?
Okay, all right. So, whether you like Josh or you don't like Josh and you don't like his podcast or whatever, like, I could never do this. This is not me. I'm not chasing people down. I'm not trying to annoy them. I don't even reach out to lab rats who are in the experiment. Like if they reach out to me, sure, fine, whatever. But I don't need to hunt them down. It just doesn't. It's not my style. But this is his style, and good for him. Now it is very interesting that Channel 9 would send him a cease and desist when A Current Affair, one of their flagship shows, how much meat is in a meat pie tonight on 9? They chase people down all the time. They chase people down for literally the most pathetic reasons, like how much meat is in a meat pie. They will chase anybody down a street, and yet they send a cease and desist letter because John was upset while he was trying to go to a cafe. Now, I get it. I don't think we should be chasing people around, but also, Channel 9, you do this for a living and you've been doing it for decades. So why so hurt? Why so hurt about this whole thing? It's ridiculous that you would have such a double standard like this. And John, you do have a lot to answer to. All you experts do, because you take the paycheck at the end of the day, but really, what do you do? What level and duty of care do you have to these people that you give this advice to under the guise that you are experts? And you take the paycheck home, but I just don't know what you're actually doing a lot of the time. And I know, highly edited, so maybe you give great advice and we don't get to see a lot of it. But I don't know. You can't be on this show and then be sad that you're being called out for it. Anyway, more from Jack, and just like me, she is loving her live productions. She is streaming harder than Daddy every single day. And she's got some things to say. Would we like to hear them? Sure.
Free Ryan. Ryan's free. Ryan's happy. He's out there fucking girls. He's getting his body count up past 200 now. Jamie and Dave is not my story to tell, but all I can say is the experts suck at matchmaking. Are you friends with Lauren? I used to be, but I don't talk to her right now. Intimacy shopping week where Ryan and I went to the counter to pay for the lingerie, and Ryan asked whether he could pay for it on camera, but then we could split the cost off camera, and it was literally like $70, and it was so embarrassing. That was cut out, and that man would have been torn to shreds by social media. I did like Ryan at times. I had a soft spot for his quirkiness. I purposely wound Ryan up. Yes, I did. I sometimes purposely wound Ryan up, but other times I was just trying to be nice and like try and get along with him, but we'd always end up just fighting all the time. Are any couples still together? Basically not. Sorry. No. I don't actually know because I don't talk to everyone anymore.
Okay, I'm confused. Don't you have some close friends? Don't you have some close friends that you want to keep confidential? It's not just Morena, right? The flip-floppiness is crazy. I can't keep up with your story, Jack. Write it all down for me, actually. Put it all in writing and just like put up a manifesto. And at least then we'll have it all in writing, because you're doing little live videos here and there. You change your story every 5 seconds. Speaking of a live video, her and, God, what is it? CLINT. Clint They're obviously spending a lot of time together, and good for them. I hope it truly is love, and I hope that they have found, what my nan said, there's a plug for every hole, and I hope the hole is plugged now, because they've got some stuff going on.
How did you two get together? We met after the experiment. We met in the experiment and we started talking afterwards. How long have you guys been together? Yes?
Ryan's the goat. He's not the goat.
Where is Ryan? He's probably in Campbelltown.
He's probably fucking some.
Can we cut that?
Cut. Favourite song! Woo! Hey guys! Hey! From each other. Clint, you know your favourite gift from me.
To me? From you?
No, from me.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's what you got me. What did I get you?
Fuck, what did you get me?
The fragrance?
Oh, yeah. Cologne. And just you every day.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, that's probably... Yeah.
Me every day. Oh,
sure.
he's
and
sweetie.
I think just... Yeah, you every day is the gift.
Aww.
We're in Launceston. We're in Riverside.
What's Billy's plot twist? He's in love with Dave. That's Bolly's. Bolly. I think Dave and Billy together are called Bolly. Wait, is that
Sure.
right? Dave and Billy together, Bolly.
Yeah.
Bollies.
Yeah.
Or Dilly. Dilly or Babe.
Yeah.
You guys have to choose, but that's what Billy's plot twist is.
Yeah.
Hey Jackie, hi Holly. On the show, no, Clint is in real life at Alpha. So basically, on the show, Lauren was this kind of girl who wanted an alpha male, and apparently Clint wasn't alpha enough. So they've drummed it up to make Lauren look like a complete cow, and Clint look like a complete pushover.
Communicate, didn't have any say in the relationship, and the narrative was pushed towards that I was head over heels to the end. It wasn't the case at all. I was just head over heels for this one.
Enough. There's more. I can't. I just can't. We've got to get to the show.
Super chat.
Thank you to Jed. Jed, you're always such a support. I really do appreciate it. Anyone can send a super chat, or you can go to rehash.com.au/donate. The link is in the chat. Thank you to Lincoln. Kisses for Ari from New Zealand. I appreciate it. Also from Nid SZK Woods. Ruining her reputation by breaking NDAs, lol. Sylvia, thank you for the super chat. Only privileged person can drop these big words like human rights, abuse, and rape. She clearly doesn't know what any of it means. Christy has said, again, I call BS on Jack Jack. Thanks for the super chat and the comment. Also, Lauren, hey, have you seen the picture of Timmy and the Binny passed out on the floor outside a club after supposedly squaring up to some women? No, I haven't seen that picture, but send it to me. Wilko Rehashed on Instagram. Also, Christy just said with a super chat.
Super chat.
No more Jack Jack. And with that, Jack Jack, 'tis complete. There will be no more Jack Jack. That is it. That is the end of everything. So, before we get that, we've got to do some Memo Me's, because the show's going to start. I've got to change my tie, sit here, and do another commit. Oh, it's the final commit me before we get to the final vows. And it sounds like Ryan and Jackie are going to go all the way in the bin. Daniel H has sent us a memo me. Hello, Daniel.
Memo me. It's Dan Hatchman here, just reflecting on Jack Jack and Rai Rai. Jack Jack saying, I can't even nudge Rai Rai in the right direction. While Rai Rai, in my opinion, is being dragged down the road, bouncing along behind Jack Jack's pickup truck. I've also got another thought on Dave. What's going on? Why'd he go so cold? Maybe he just saw Jamie verbally abuse everyone in the experiment and is a conflict avoidant person and thought, oh, this feels bad, and is too scared to tell her because he doesn't want to be shouted at. That's the thought. I don't know if it's true, but tell me what you think.
Oh, and that's it. Tell me what you think. Yeah, I think he does avoid conflict, and I think Jamie can be scary, and I think Jamie needs to tone it down sometimes. But I think Jamie's heart's in the right place, unlike Lauren. All right, Deb M here.
Hey,
Deb.
Wilko, it's Deb. My memo me for this week, going to be honest, I tuned out of most of the episodes just because they were just so flat and boring.
Yeah.
Really, the best thing about MAFS AU this year is Rehashed is back. You are making it bearable, so thanks
you.
you.
Deb, that's very
Cleo
sweet.
telling Adrian he is Mr. Right now and not Mr. Right for Athena. That really was a little bit of brilliant TV there. Jack crying because Ryan lives on his own and oh my God, it's like the elderly. I live on my own. Jack, I prefer it. No one's around telling me what I can and cannot do. Jamie then slightly trolling TJ at the dinner party tonight with saying every time he says darling to Beth, everyone take a shot. That was probably one of the funniest parts of the whole episode. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Deb. Appreciate support as always. And your memo me's like Miss Meliss.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, SBAs. It's Miss Meliss here with Memo Me. I'm just sitting here thinking about Beth and TJ, and he is very good with his words, but I think if we had seen more of their relationship, I could understand it. But he's definitely not into her, definitely not. But Jamie and Dave, I'm not sure about Dave, the big switch in his behaviour. I think he is running because he's just really scared of his emotions or lack of. Don't know if they're going to work, but got my fingers crossed for them. Ree and Jeff, they're obviously moving along very well, or that's what the edit's saying. And Jack and Rye, Jackie, you're just on a whole other level. No wonder nobody's on your level because
we can't get
the
there.
only word I can think of is crazy. Yeah, I don't get you. Are you going to write stay tonight and Rye's going to say leave? Let's wait and see. Can't wait for the trash mess and drama. Thanks, bye.
Thanks, Miss Meliss. Thank you for your memo me's to everybody. I really do appreciate it. And of course, you can support by going to rehash.com.au/donate if you like anything that happens on the channel. Or remember, in the link in the description below, you can get a cameo for me. There's one that's already ordered. That's what reminded me that I do have a cameo. And I can send anything to you. Anything you want. I particularly like if you want me to roast things. There's a section on my Cameo where you can send me your friend's dating profile and and I give feedback. Said the man who just got into a relationship. You know what I mean? Like you can't trust me. I've got a terrible track record on love and finding it and all that stuff. All right, before we go, let's get some final comments. Also, I have to say thank you for the super chats. To Sarah T, I really do appreciate it. Everything that you do supports the channel. Also, Nids Kwood. Now I've got it. Nids Kwood. Thank you very much for your super chat as well. And I will remember how to say your name forever and ever. Amen. Commit me. The show is about to start. If you are watching on the east coast of Australia, it's about to start Married at First Sight. It's a Commit Me episode, so we do have to go. But before we do, let's say hello to just a couple of people. Before we go, just the last chats, last comments. All right, let's see what Annette has had to say. Annette says, I just hope that in the final vows, Ryan gets to go first and it's brutal. I don't know, but they're definitely going to do it. I think Jack lives on another planet. This is from Kez in her head where she rules it with her weirdness. Yeah. Someone said weather. Cat's having a cry in Perth. Yeah, no, I know. It's coming though. It's coming. You know, you got some time to have a little bit of a relax. People talking about how it's going to be great for the final Commit Me. What Sarah has said, hey Wilko, thanks for the laugh. Definitely makes me feel normal watching these people. Yeah, I feel pretty good sometimes. Sometimes I go crazy. And I'm already missed by Heather. Heather, I'm back tomorrow with another episode. I'm not going anywhere. People are VPNing to watch it live. And Miss Enigma has applauded me on trying to keep it all straight, which is funny for a very bent man to do. I don't know where the dogs are. I think they might be upstairs. Do you want me to check? Do you want me to check? Hey, puppy dogs. Hey, come on in before we say goodbye. Come on up here. Yes. It's Ari Dog, because we must go. We must say goodbye. How you doing, bub? Oh, you're so lazy. They've just been for a W. I didn't take them. And I'm going to see you for the Commit Me. Also, surprises for US of A, Sweet Baby Angels this week for a perfect time for you. That's coming up this week on Rehash. Get your merch before it all sells out, and donate if you can. Before I've got to go, Ari, we've got to say, but you left. But you left. Bye-bye.